going on, guys? Review Side J, and welcome to a brand new video. And today it's time for the episode 3 of my Burnley Career Mode. And today, for the first match of this episode, we are playing Manchester United. If you didn't see the last episode, make sure to go and watch that for our first Premier League outings at Chelsea and at Swansea at the Liberty Stadium. But today we're at home at Turf Moor to the great Manchester United, changing the lineup slightly, as you can see, into there, and we're playing at Turf Moor, getting ready for the game to start. And Man United's got a very strong attack, as we all know. Rooney, Van Persie and Mata. Luckily they're not playing Falcao or Di Maria today, so that's a bonus for us. But their defence is pretty poor. They've got Johnny Evans, Raphael and also Anders Lindegaard in goal, which is probably their third choice goalkeeper, seeing as Victor Valdez has just joined the club on a transfer from Barcelona. But getting started with the game, we've got Fellaini on the ball. He gets past Trippier and past Jones, and then we've got Wayne Rooney on the ball, and then he chucks it out, but Carrick gets the ball straight away again, and Van Persie has a shot and it goes off the post, and Matt Gilks wouldn't have anything to do with that, but Fellaini has a shot and that's chucked out by Kieran Trippier, and Ings on the ball, and Ashley Barnes got the Robin Van Persie just off the post. That had beaten Matt Gilks, and he didn't really know what to do with it. So one of our players chucks it out to Danny Ings. Phil Jones made an absolute terrible mistake, and it comes up to Danny Ings in the box. He finesses it past Anders Lindegaard, and at Turf Moor we are ahead of Manchester United at the half an hour mark. Wow! Oh my God! So that's Danny Ings' second goal. Just ran away from the defence in a counter-attack. Phil Jones tried to keep up, but there was no chance because he got our second goal of Danny Ings' campaign at Burnley, and a very good goal. And I can't believe we're 1-up at Manchester United. They've really dominated the whole game. So as you can see now, a free kick's headed out by one of our defenders. Jones passed it brilliantly to Ings, and that's what we'll be doing a lot more in these games this season. The long balls up to the players, and Danny Ings has a shot from far out, and that was really close to the goal. If that had gone in, that would probably be the goal of the season. But as you can see, this really shows how close the goal was, and it was nearly hitting the bar. So from 30 yards out, that was a very good attempt from Danny Ings. So Lindegaard puts it out for Wayne Rooney, and Rooney passes it to Carrick just across the line, and Jacobs, oh my God, what a stupid tackle. But Shackle misplaced himself, and Carrick's got a lot of room. Van Persie, Rooney's running into the box, he knows his man, puts it into Rooney. Davies can't do anything, he beats Matt Gilks and puts it right in the corner to make sure that Man United are drawing just before half-time. 1-1, they've equalised courtesy of Wayne Rooney. Robin Van Persie had miles of space, don't know what the player was doing there out wide. Curtis Davies was caught very shockingly by Wayne Rooney, and that means he scored, and it's 1-1 at half-time, but still very credible considering the how good Manchester United are. So just after half-time, we didn't decide to make any substitutions at half-time, but we're going to change a couple of our players. We're going to put Taylor actually played today, so we're going to decide to put actually no, we're not. Taylor played today, and we're going to put Marnie off, I think that is. No, it's Jones, I think we've put off for somebody else, and then we made another substitution, but I believe is Vokes for Barnes, and I might be incorrect. But we got Kitely on the ball, pass it to Ings, and that's a decent attempt on goal. He seems to really be the only striker for us at the moment, which is why Danny Ings has been our best striker, and Ashley Barnes has been substituted. But as you can see, Falcao has been brought on for Rooney, so that's a real advantage for Manchester United if they want to get ahead anytime soon. But we must have took the other midfielder off Jones. As you can see, Taylor's on, and Barnes actually stayed on. I don't know who else has gone off. Apologies for that. Maybe being a bit stupid there as a commentator. But anyway, we're carrying on with the game. We've got Mata, and my God, Shackle. He's on a yellow card, and he doesn't consider what he's doing, and he looks like a giant next to Mata. But that doesn't faze the referee. The referee sends Shackle off for terrible tackles, 2 bad tackles, and he should feel very ashamed, seeing as he's the captain, the ambassador on the pitch for Burnley, and that was a vile tackle. No need to do it in the middle of the pitch. Juan Mata is not happy whatsoever, but he will be now because Jason Shackle has been sent off and has dented a massive hope in our in trying to win this game, and I really dented a massive, just made a massive dent in our defence. But we've got Danny Ings who's been let through by Ashley Barnes. He has a shot, and oh my God, that's a great close one. he was really being threatened by the centre-back there. I think that was Johnny Evans, so he had to have a shot, but what? Nearly on the crossbar yet again, very, very close from Danny Ings this time out. And our left-back, I'm not even going to pronounce it, Falcao, he passed it back to Curtis Davis, but he actually reached Falcao, but he doesn't do anything with it, luckily. But no, this reaches a counter-attack for us, but Barnes doesn't really know how to pass it because Ings has got a lot on his got a lot of markers, but Marnie passes it to Ings, passes it to Barnes, and he passed it to Courtney, and it's in! It's in for Burnley! Oh my God, who would have expected this? With 10 men at Turf Moor, Burnley are beating one of the best sides in the Premier League, Manchester United, with 5 minutes to go. So action-packed. What a fantastic team goal from Barnes, Kitely, Ings and Dean Marnie. Fantastic move of play. The defenders just didn't know what to do. And I'll tell you what, Kitely, if you have won this game, what a fantastic job by you. But it is 2-1 here at Turf Moor, 86 minutes in. They've got 4 minutes left to do it. And we've got Van Persie on the ball, and if he has a goal, but that is the end of the game, folks. And we have, wow, what an achievement. 3 games in, we've beat Swansea, we've got 2 wins out of 3. And we have beaten Manchester United. That's something to put on my managerial CV. Absolutely fantastic. Van Persie is disgusted with himself. And Rooney scored 1 goal, but in the end of the day, Kitely's goal mattered. And we made sure to win. And that was Kitely's debut. So what a fantastic debut for him. And it's the transfer deadline day now. But unfortunately, I couldn't actually bring anyone in because I only had about 200k transfer budget. So I decided to loan some players. I'm actually going to put some central midfielders in. I made an offer for Bigorama from Newcastle on a short season loan. I just didn't really want him for that long. And as you can see, Chalobah for a season as well. And we've made a loan offer for Will Keane, the striker, 5% per goal. And as you can see, they've all been accepted. I wanted to make sure Chalobah comes to the club first. It's really just more players for Capital One Cup games, which we'll see like in the next video. Well, actually now, because that's the next game. But we do sign Keane and Chalobah. Do we sign Bigorama? I just thought, why not? We've got the wage. We're not going to buy anyone else with a couple of hours left in the transfer window. So why not? So that means we've got 3 more players and transfer deadline day is finished. Unfortunately, folks, I couldn't get off. I loved your suggestions, but they'll have to wait till January because we've spent way too much money on a couple of players. I'm really sorry that I didn't buy the players that you suggested, and I went out and bought Henry and Jacobs for a fair sum of money. But as you can see, we are playing in the Capital One Cup in our first game after the transfer window. Now, this is exactly the sort of game that we need players like Will Keane and like Nathan Chalobah. As you can see, we're playing both of them today in a rotated side for Burnley. 2 different strikers, a couple of different players. But yeah, a Capital One Cup game, fantastic. But it's not great opponents because we're up against the Premier League opponents, which is a bit sad because some clubs, Premier League clubs, are up against League 2 opponents. Maybe that's good for us, I don't know. But Keane's on the board, new loan signing, could sign him potentially in the future on a full-time contract. But Vokes puts it through to Keane, and Vokes gets it back. And what a finish. Keane put a finesse shot in. The Stoke goalkeeper, Jack Butland, for this game, very good potential himself. And as you can see, Vokes put it to Keane. He had a finesse shot, but Butland stopped it. But Vokes was right there. The defender, as you can see, couldn't do anything about it. A fantastic rebound. And just catches Butland, and that means that we've gone 1-0 ahead at the Britannia Stadium. And yeah, 40 minutes in, close to half time. That's the early goal we need, really. As you can see, we're 43 minutes in, just before half time now. And we've got Davis on the ball. He passes it to Chalobah, a new loan signing, to Vokes. But unfortunately, Vokes can't get it past the centre-back. I think he's Danish, I can't pronounce his name, apologies. But David Jones makes a rash tackle. I know we've made a couple of those so far this year. But David Jones gets himself an early baff. Not really. It's only a yellow card, luckily for us. It could have been actually a red card. It's a really rash challenge. But anyway, it is half time. We've just got to hold this lead for another 45 minutes. So realistically, we need to get another goal, and then we can hold the lead. But as you can see, Wallace has come on for James Henry, and Kitely's going to come on for Jacobs, because obviously these players have been playing very well, and we want to keep them for our more important games in the league. But I really want to strive for goodness in the Capital One Cup and win that competition. But what a ball by Barnes. Not Barnes, sorry, Keane. But Vokes doesn't know what to do with it. It was in a lot of free space. Had that been Danny Ings, I'm sure that would have been a decent attempt. But Jones put it through for Will Keane, and he couldn't get it, and Sam Vokes couldn't get a shot in. But as you can see, it comes back up the pitch, and I think that's Michael Duff who's playing for us today, the 36-year-old centre-back, who has a shocking tackle, and that means he awards himself a yellow card. And that's 3 yellow cards because Chalobah's got one. But as you can see, it's a it's a crazy. We've got Curtis Davies scrambling to get the ball away. Jilks didn't really know what to do, and that could have potentially been a goal. As you can see, they're a bit retarded, the AI are, because Peter Crouch is as tall as bloody Jack the Giant. And they take him off just before a corner and put Mame Diouf on, which to my understanding is a bit of a midget. But no offence to him, but Peter Crouch is going to be bigger than any player, isn't he, really? But Butland puts it out for Mame Diouf, and Diouf has a shot, and luckily for us, that's offside, because I think the rebound may have gone in, and I don't want to cause offence to Diouf, I'm just saying that Diouf's a lot smaller probably compared to Crouch, as really any player is, apart from Ricky Lambert. But Pardsley puts it lovely through for Diouf, and it's 1 minute left, and we just had to hold the lead for 60 more seconds, but Diouf, who we were just slagging off, scores. 1 minute left of the game. We let Barsley put a brilliant ball through. The centre-back didn't know what he was doing, was playing catch-up, while Diouf was setting up himself a shot. And that means it is 1-1 here at the Badania Stadium. Last-minute goal, and if you want action, boy, you've got it. And it's the last minute, 5 minutes of added time, and we've got Bojan on the ball, but King gets it back. We want to strive to get a victory. We don't want to play extra time. We really don't want to play an extra half an hour. We want these players to keep fit for our next game against Crystal Palace. But we've got Wilson on the ball, but luckily Trippier gets it. But unfortunately, it ends 1-1, which means we do go on to extra time. Luckily, it doesn't end with a draw. Actually, no, we haven't even finished yet, so that's really poo-pooed my idea. We're going to score a goal here, aren't we, lads? Yeah. Anyway, that's full time for now. And we're going to go into extra time for the half an hour phase. 2 halves, 15 minutes if you've never watched football before. Basically, if you can't decide a cup game within 90 minutes, you play an extra half an hour of normal time. And they're 15-minute halves. And then if that doesn't decide anything, you'll probably be aware of a penalty shootout, which they'll go on to then. And it goes down to sudden death and all that sort of stuff. So as you can see, Bigger Armour comes on. For our central midfielder, I think it was David Jones, yeah. Obviously for fitness reasons. So we've got Chalobah passes it to Keane, and Keane doesn't really know what to do with it. He gets it past the Danish defender. He's our shot, but that's one of the worst shots I have ever seen on FIFA 15 just yet. And yeah, that is the first highlight. So Walters has got it, and Davies chucks it out, and Diouf, and that's been saved by Jukes, but it's a goal. But luckily, thank the Lord, we have been saved so many times by that offside flag, and they could be 3-1 off if they didn't get flagged for offside. But you know, we're putting it out yet again, and as you can see, Kitely on the second half of extra time, he's trying to find a ball through, but it's deflected by the Stoke player. The Stoke player managed to get it out, and Steve Sidwell tries to get it out and does that successfully and keeps it out for now anyway, and passes it to Bojan. They could be launching a counter-attack here, or an attack for some extent. Got Jeff Cameron on the ball then now, but Chalobah's got it right back, and they're in so much space, these lads. Can we do something? But Will Keane makes the wrong pass. He doesn't pass it to Sam Vokes, and that in effect could have won us the game. It's the last minute now, but Diouf puts it forward for Mark Wilson. Oh my God, Duff's got that, but that's a free kick. Could Duff be sent off? It doesn't really matter if we're going into a penalty shootout. But luckily, he doesn't get any card. But the thing that's very unlucky is they've got a free kick as courtesy of Michael Duff. And can Asidi, or the player who's assisting him, try and get a late goal? But no, it's a terrible attempt. Jilks kicks that out. And we are going to go to penalties, folks. The highlights for this game has been about 8 minutes, but it all comes down to this. The competition is finally going to be decided, the third round, on the penalty shootout, the lottery, as I like to call it. And we're just going to rearrange our players around a little bit, because obviously some of them are more fit than others. With Bigger Armour forward, because he's a lot fitter than some of our players. But anyway, starting the shootout, Mame Diouf has the first penalty. Matt Jilks getting ready to save that. But he goes right and Matt Jilks goes left, which means he only has to get it into the goal. But Vokes has a shot. He stutters a bit before the shot, and wow. He stuttered to be cocky, and he got it right on the bar and didn't score. And Bojan makes it 2-0 by going left and hitting it on the top bar. But will he make sure his first impression is decent? Yes, he does. Straight down the middle. And Jack Butlin goes left. So it's 2-1 at the moment. They haven't missed one penalty yet. Jonathan Walters, what way is he going to go? He's going to go left. But he gets it off the bar, and that means that's their first miss. And Kitely, hopefully he doesn't miss now. He has a stutter before he shoots and goes narrowly to the right, but pretty much straight in the middle. But Steve Sidwell, could he miss to make sure that Burnley are pretty much in front? Sidwell puts it, oh my God, what a save by Matt Jokes. And that means that Bigger Armour could put us in front. And Bigger Armour, can he make a first impression? Yes, he can. He goes right, Jokes goes left, which means we are in front in this penalty shootout. Canacidi, the Liverpool player on loan at Stoke, and he scores. But the deciding penalty will be down to Ross Wallace. What will he do? He stutters before he takes the penalty. He goes left, and that has won Burnley the shootout. Undeserved, some of you might say, but Burnley are through to the fourth round of the Capital One Cup. Stoke are out, absolutely gutting for them, but the penalty shootout is a lottery. The Burnley fans are absolutely overjoyed. And that's pretty much the end of the video. I just want to show you something quickly before the end of the video. Right, okay, here we go. So, I just wanted to say, but I know I was a bit unprofessional, but after those wins over Stoke and Manchester United, I've decided to turn the difficulty up to world class from now on. So you probably see a lot more realistic results and no bonkers results like us beating Manchester United. Will be a lot more challenging for us. But in the end of the day, I think that makes the series better rather than being in fourth place. I'd much rather be in a relegation scrap to make it realistic rather than being in fourth. Of course I'd rather be in fourth, but anyway, I can't talk all day because the video's already finished. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Sunday for episode 4. Goodbye.